Welcome to Trot Talk, an equestrian conversation with the American Saddlebred Horse Association. I'm your host, Tuffy Owens. For our podcast, we're exploring the equestrians behind the horses, influencers in the industry, sharing their stories and giving a leg up to our community. If you could choose anyone in the world, who would be your guest for dinner? We asked our guests that same question and had some great answers. Check out who Victoria Walls, Carson Kressley, Marty Schaffel, and Allie DeGray are inviting to their table in this bonus episode. Thanks for listening. If you could bring 3 people to dinner from all of history, 3 people to dinner, who would they be?
Horse people or just regular
Anybody.
people? Oh, Freddie Mercury.
Very cool.
Oh my God, who else do I bring? I don't know.
Shawn Mendes.
Just me and all of Queen would be great. I love
There
it.
you go.
Wait, Freddie, maybe Ozzy, and can Motley Crue come? I love rock. I feel like it'd be
that is
big
amazing.
rock party.
That
It'd be so much fun.
Crazy. I don't think there would be a lot of eating at that party.
It might be a little too wild. I'll just watch it.
Yeah, there you go. That could be a documentary right there. You could have like a Netflix series of that dinner. All right, the 3 people to dinner. If you could bring 3 people to dinner, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh gosh, there's so many to choose from.
Doesn't have to be
Let's make it horse people though. I mean, Tom and Donna Moore would certainly keep it interesting and spicy. And then a third person. Did you remember Charlie Hatcher? And he used to train Sultan's Leather and Lace for Sherry Ort. And he was like a really old school, like old-fashioned horseman from like the East Coast, old school. Yeah. I think he would have some great stories. So I think the 3 of them would be a triad of like, I love hearing like old-fashioned horse stories.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And, about back in the day and how great horse shows were. And
I thought you were going to go with Jim B as the third one.
Oh, Jim B would be great too. I mean, I could go on. There's a list. I mean, who wouldn't want to talk to like Garland Bradshaw? Oh, absolutely. Which is why I think these podcasts are so important. And I think if we can get legends, we now have the technology to preserve this history, and to hear Don Harris's stories. I mean, I was lucky enough to be around some of these people, but not everybody is. So if we can preserve that, it would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to do one with Don Harris, except I don't think we'd ever get the microphone back, because once he has a mic, you just go. The 3 people to dinner question, always popular. If you could bring 3 people to dinner, dead or alive, who would they be for one dinner party?
There's a commentator that I find very fascinating. His name is Fareed Zakaria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I find him to be extremely, extremely fascinating to listen to. There's a legal analyst who I think is very fascinating that's on the airwaves named Jeffrey Toobin. And his analysis is very fascinating to me. Obviously, I'm a news junkie.
Yeah.
And foreign affairs, political science was my first major before business.
Okay.
I tend to like that. And I would think it would be very interesting to sit with Warren Buffett.
Yeah. That was in the back of my head as one of your answers. Like, I think he's going to go with Buffett at some point. Bring 3 people to dinner, dead or alive. Have one big dinner party. Well, not big dinner party, only 3 people. But who would your dinner party consist of?
My grandmother.
Okay.
Dee Dee Wrigley. Honestly, can I just say my own family members that I never got the opportunity? My grandfather and my great-grandfather. There's so many things I would just love to ask them. Yeah. And pictures aren't enough. If you knew these people, please give me a call.
No, that's really cool. That is a very good answer. Thank you all for listening to Trot Talk. We hope you enjoyed the ride. The ASHA is committed to promoting and protecting the American Saddlebred horse for a brighter future full of ASB dreams. I'm Tuffy Owens. Keep listening and trot on.